When you try to teach them to play powernomics, they reject it because they're determined to play strugglenomics. When you tell them that there are opportunities out here for anybody who wants them, they reject that because they want to believe that there are no opportunities. Because if you think about it like this, imagine if there's gold in the backyard and you are convinced that there is no gold, right? You are totally convinced. Somebody told you, man, don't go back there. Ain't no gold back there. You stupid if you're digging around. Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh well, shoot, yeah, you know what? It's cold outside anyway. I'm gonna go inside because I don't want to be out here shoveling and ain't no gold anyway. So you're gonna go inside. You're gonna get comfortable, under a blanket and be watching TV, right? Chilling, maybe smoking some weed and eating some Fritos or whatever you want to do. And then what if somebody comes out and says, well, you know that there is gold back there, right? You're gonna be like, no, there's not. So and so told me there's no gold in the backyard. And they're gonna be like, no, no, no. Actually, I went back there and I got gold. Look, let me look at this. And, you're gonna be like, man, you didn't get that gold in the backyard. Yeah, somebody gave you that. And they'll say, I'm like, no, no, no. Here's video showing me digging for gold, and I'm in your yard, and I dug for the gold and I found it, and so there's gold back there. And I can't, where the spot where I dug, that's my spot. I've already got all the gold that's right there, but there's other spots that have gold in the backyard. Well, the problem that you have at that point is that your hopelessness, your lack of belief that there's gold in the backyard has opened the door for laziness. So you're comfortable now. You like the idea that you can sit in there, you sit on the couch watching TV, smoking weed, and eating Cheetos because you really believe that there's no gold in the backyard. So now I've totally disrupted your paradigm. I've also told you that, well, now you know what? The reason you don't have anything, it ain't their fault anymore. It's your fault. Because I just showed you there's gold back there and you can go dig for it if you want, but it's going to take some work. But you don't want to do any work because your hopelessness has given you an excuse for laziness. Your hopelessness has given you the ability to take the money you would have spent on shovels and spend that money on more weed and more Cheetos. So you ain't got no money to buy shovels to dig for gold, not because shovels cost too much, but because you've reallocated your resources to buying things you don't need. So when I go to black people and I say, you can invest and actually you can build wealth. You don't have to be poor. They'll be like, no, that's not true. No, the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton told me that poverty was something I can't escape, and unless I vote for her, and because it's racism, and the man's keeping us down, and black people can't have nothing. And I'll be like, no, actually, there is wealth. I can show you. There's strategies to do this. There's people I know who achieve this. People will reject that because they've already taken whatever resources they would have spent learning how to build wealth, the money they would have spent investing, and they've already put that money toward Gucci bags and fancy shoes and going out to dinner and going to the Kevin Hart movies that come out at the movie theater or whatever they spend money on, and then they will still at the same time claim that they don't have enough resources to get educated or to invest or to build wealth or to do things they need to do in order to improve their condition. And so effectively, a lot of times you'll find situations where someone will really get mad at someone like me, and I'll be like, why are they mad at me right now? Because I'm trying to bring hope to the community. I'm trying to say there's gold in the backyard. I think I know where we can dig for it. Let's go all dig together. Well, the reason is because hopelessness gives you an excuse for laziness. Sometimes if you've written the story in advance that predetermines that you're supposed to be the victim, then you get comfortable in that spot. And when somebody disrupts that, that means, well, oh, shit, now I got to do work. Now I got to go back here and I got to dig. When I was sitting here feeling sorry for myself, I was comfortable in my self-pity. Now you're telling me that I actually have empowerment and I resent you for that. So literally, and I'm not making fun of people. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just telling you that's what I would refer to as a poverty mindset, where literally somebody could show you that there's gold in the backyard, show you exactly how to dig for it, and they will say, look, all you got to do is go buy a shovel. Just go out and buy your own shovel. And they'll say, shovels cost too much. I can't afford a shovel. But yet they have $100 worth of Fritos and weed in front of them and whatever else that they spent their money on. They're the pair of sneakers. And so it's not so much that they can't afford a shovel, it's because they've already reallocated their resources to things that don't matter. So a lot of black people, unfortunately, many of us, like I'll have people come to me all the time and they'll say, "Oh, Dr. Boyce, I'd love to come to one of your events, man, but sometimes your events cost like $30, $40, and a lot of black people can't afford $30, $40." And I'll be like, okay, for those who truly can't afford $30 or $40, we have options for them. I said, but you know what? I know that when Beyonce comes to town, she don't charge $30, $40. Beyonce gonna charge you 100, 150, $200 just so you can be in the room while she's singing. She ain't teaching you nothing. She's not gonna improve your life. She don't give a damn about you. But yet I know Negroes who will go out of their way to get that $200 to go see Beyonce. Now I'm not trying to say I'm Beyonce. I'm not nearly as talented. I'm certainly not as beautiful. But at the end of the day, you got to show some respect to your future. And if you're not willing to invest in your future, then I can only go so far. I can tell you where the gold is buried. I will use my PhD to show you how to dig for the gold, to show you where it is and how to dig for it. But damn it, at some point, I'm going to say, you know what? You need to buy your own shovel. Or if we're going to get a shovel, I'll pay half, you pay half. Everybody knows every class that we teach in the Black Business School costs nothing compared to the $50,000 a year that my students spent going to Syracuse University when I was teaching them. So if if our class is $100 a month and you can't even see that value or whatever the cost is, then that's okay. I'm not going to get mad at you, but understand there is a point where I will have to say to you that a lot of what you're dealing with is not the man oppressing you anymore. It's you colluding with the man, you partnering with the man to oppress yourself. So so again, this is not me telling you to come and join what we're doing or be a part of any program we have in the Black Business School or anything. It's just me saying that this is my logic. I can only do so much. I can do so much. I mean, you have no idea how much criticism I get from other famous, so-called famous people who say, "I can't believe you're charging so little. You need to charge more. You should be charging." My daughter. Somebody said to me just now. They said, "Your Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program for kids is only $120, and you're giving all that from a PhD." My child went to a program that was $500, and that was one of the cheap ones. And I said, "Well, you know what? We just charge a price that will let us pay the bills, so we can operate, so we can go nationally and market nationally, and pay the people that work for us." We're not trying to charge the most that we can get. That's not our goal. But at the end of the day, it's like, even I have some parameters. I'm literally in my mind saying to myself, okay, if this thing costs $99, what is that? Okay, that's about 2 trips to the movies, because the popcorn and all that costs all kinds of money. That's maybe 2 or 3 trips to Applebee's. You can't buy a pair of Jordans for that price. You can't really do much anything for that price. But the knowledge and the interaction is something that changes you for life. Anybody who's educated knows that speaking to an educated person with a level of passion that shows that they know what they're talking about, that they're determined to help you learn, and that they care about you, that will transform you for life. And so, that's my thinking. My thinking is no, I'm not gonna get into this whole conversation where we somehow believe that anything that Black people are given must be free. I don't support that. I'm not trying to run a welfare office because you're not a welfare recipient. And I say that to my children. I say that to my daughters all the time. They call me, ask for money. I'm like, I'm not, I ain't giving you no money. I'm not a welfare office. You're not going to drain me, and I'm not going to disable you. So tell me what you're going to invest in yourself, and then I'll tell you where I can meet you halfway. And that's really the only way you can mobilize people. And so when you have that approach, you have some people that are okay with that, some people that are appreciative or whatever, and there's some people that are kind of resentful. And then when that happens, I say, well, my YouTube channel's free. You can go to my YouTube channel or whatever it is, right? So when you start your business, I think that I'm a believer that Black business owners have to negotiate with the Black consumer. So when you're selling your product to Black people, don't gouge them. Don't rip Black people off. I don't care if the white man's paying $300 for it. If Black people can only afford $199, then you might have to dip the price a little bit because we don't have the money that white people have. But don't you let that Negro come up in there and guilt trip you into giving everything away for free. Some of those people will be your own damn relatives. If you have a relative who starts a business, you should demand that you pay something close to full price. Maybe let them give you a discount if you're hard up for money or the product's priced too high or whatever it is, or or you think they can afford to do it. But don't you dare come in there and ask for the hookup, because you're killing their business when you do it, and they're not helping you when they're all giving you the hookup. You meet them halfway where you say, hey, cuz, I want your product, but it costs a little bit. It's a little bit out of my budget, but I want to support you. So can you give me a little discount? Work something out, friends and family. You do that, that's great. I mean, a lot of my relatives, I let them take my classes for a really good price, and everybody's happy, and they're happy because they're paying far less than what they pay at a university. So we just got to work together. It's negotiating, it's compromising. That's how you run black businesses. So anyway, I didn't even really plan on going into all that rant, but I just thought it was kind of an interesting thought to share. So I appreciate you guys listening to me when I talk about that. But anyway, I gotta go. I got a meeting in a minute. But if you want to sign up for any of our programs, we do have the new core program on how to start a business. You can go to theblackstartupprogram.com. That's theblackstartupprogram.com. If you want to learn how to invest in the stock market, we have theblackstockmarketprogram.com. That's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. The approval ratings are very high. Everybody loves it. It'll be better than any class you ever took in college, because you ain't never gonna see a college professor like me. I personally think I'm very good at teaching black people because I truly love black people, and I truly love what I do. This is what I do on my spare time. This is not a job. This is not a career. This is not just a business. This is something that I have dreamed about doing since I was 21 years old. And so to be able to talk to black people every day and have them actually listen and give them something that I know is going to change their life and change their family for the next 3 generations, you can't ask for more than that. My life is perfect. I love it. I wouldn't trade with LeBron James. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good day, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Peace.